Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 63 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit, and where I get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. Today is Saturday, May the 8th, 2021, and it's late in the day. It's 7:30 at night already. It's been a long day, it's been a busy day, it's been a fun day, but I'm getting to this real late. I will apologize in advance because we live in an apartment block and the neighbors above us, they have a big dog and a small child. And they're both full of energy right now. The smaller child keeps sounding like, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Sounds like a little elephant stampeding around upstairs. And every once in a while the dog starts running around. So hardwood floors, big dog, small child, lots of noises. So now that I've explained all of this, they're probably going to be quiet. They sounded like a bunch of elephants up there until just now when I was telling you about the noise. Now they're going to be quiet. Maybe it worked. Anyway. If you're a new viewer, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another week to see what I've been up to. It's been a busy week. A lot of knitting. Not a lot to show for it, but a lot of time spent knitting. And if you were here last week, you probably know what I've been up to and what I've been working on. And a lot of work-related things have been going on. It was the final exam week at the university where I teach. So I had emails left, right, and center the first part of the week because my students had things due on Wednesdays. So all these panicky emails coming in on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Plus lots of knitting I was trying to keep up with. So that was a noisy car. Oh my goodness. I don't know how this is going to turn out, guys. I apologize for all the ridiculous noises you're probably going to be hearing today. Oh goodness. Anyway, so I'll talk more about the life stuff at the end of towards the end of the podcast. I'll talk a little bit about I'll talk about the knitting stuff first. I don't remember, did I say if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back? If not, I'm happy to have you back. If I did say it, I'll say it again. I'm really happy you're here again. So I've worked on a couple knitting projects this week. Well, actually, one of them I worked on every day up until Wednesday night, Thursday morning. And the other one I only worked on it a bit today, and I did absolutely zero knitting on Thursday and Friday. I needed a little break. So I have spent a little bit of time in the past couple weeks since I've showed you this last. And today I've done a little bit of work on my advent calendar How many times have I talked about these and I still cannot get the name right? These are my mitten garland advent calendar project. This is mitten number 9. And I'm behind schedule with these. These should have been finished yesterday. And as you can see, it's not finished. No, Thursday it should have been finished. It's not finished. I'm almost at the point where I will set aside the stitches for the thumb and then just continue with the rest of the body of the mitten. I'm probably getting close to about halfway done. This one, almost halfway. So if I spend a little bit of time on it in the next couple days, I should be able to crank this out and get this finished. So that's the plan, is to finish up mitten number 9 and then get started on mitten number 10. I'm hoping to eventually get back on track and on schedule with working on these, but it is what it is. I'm not going to fret about it. I have until December to get them done. So for these, I'm using, this is a pattern by Kathy Lewinsky. I'm using Knit Picks palette yarn in a whole variety of colors that I have at home. I'm using 2.25 millimeter needles, or US 1 needles for these. And again, this is mitten number 9 of the 24. So I'm making some progress on that. I've got a lot to do yet, but I'm getting closer. The big news is they're done. They're done, and they were done in time to qualify to move ahead into round 4 of Sock Madness 15. So these are the Belief in Yourself socks. It's a pattern by Annette Schleicher. I probably am pronouncing that wrong. If I am, I'm sorry. But I will have put the name across the bottom here. So these were the socks for round 3 of Sock Madness 15. And in this round, the fastest 30 people on each team will advance into round 4. I was knitter number 28 on my team to cross the finish line. So I just made it. I cast them on a week ago Sunday morning. So tomorrow morning, early in the morning, will be a full 2 weeks since this pattern came out. So I cast them on almost 2 weeks ago, and I finished them at about 1:30 in the morning on Thursday, this past Thursday. So yeah, 1:30 in the morning. I was close to done. There were only 3 spots open on my team, and all I had left to do was to finish a few rounds and then finish the toes. One, I think, had started one toe, and I still had the entire other toe to do in the evening on Wednesday. And I thought, I am going to pull an all-nighter if necessary to get these done, because I didn't want to risk not making it through to the next round. As it turned out, the last 2 spots on my team did not fill until late Thursday night. I found I think it was on Friday morning when I looked, I saw that the last 2 spots on my team had filled, but I would have had another 24 hours of knitting to finish 2 toes. So I did not have to stay up half the night. I did not have to stay up way past my bedtime to finish these, but I did, and that's fine. I do that once in a while when I'm working on these competition socks. So anyway, let's take a little bit of time to look at them. They have a really cute cuff. The cuff was worked this way, and then it was joined, and stitches were picked up along the edge of that so it could roll down and make for the part of the cuff. There's a little bit of ribbing, and then you move down into the leg where you started doing a 2-color single pass brioche pattern down the front and stranded color work down the back. I'm going to put this onto a sock mannequin so I can show you a little bit better. I'll pause this for a second and I'll come back and show you. So there we go, we have it on a foot mannequin. And you can see down, I'll just pop the cuff back up again. You can see it's a cute leaf pattern all the way down the back. And then at the ankle or in the heel, it broadens out into more leaves. And then, so your heel flap, and you've got the expansion into the heel working at the leg, and then you do the heel turn, and then all the way down the sole is just done in the 2x, like the stranded patterning. Down the front are a series of different leaves and patterns done in a 2-color brioche. And then once you get to the toe, it has this cute little finish to the leaf pattern, and then finishes off in just doing a Kitchener graft at the bottom of the toe. So they're done. I'm so happy they're done. They actually, with the pattern and with the competition, what they did, which I think is the very first time it's ever happened, was they extended the deadline and they extended the time allowed to work on the pattern. It was initially, it should have been finished at, I think, 1 a.m. on Sunday. So tomorrow morning, coming up in the next 6 hours or so, less than 6 hours from now. But they opted to extend the deadline on it. So now the deadline is sometime Wednesday evening. I don't remember for sure. I think it might be 9 p.m. Eastern US time. Yeah, Wednesday, I think Wednesday 9 p.m. So we've got a little bit of time before we're set to roll into the next pattern. I have no idea which pattern is coming up next, and I have no idea when it'll come out. Time will tell. But those are my Belief in Yourself socks. I love the look of them. They're really pretty. I learned some new techniques. It was a different heel for me. And I've never done a 2-color 1-pass brioche design before. So that was a really neat technique to learn. I will admit to not being a happy camper when I was first trying to learn how to do it. I struggled with it initially. It took me several hours to get just the first couple rows done. The setup row and then the first row with the increases and decreases. Oh, I struggled with it. But I kept working on it, and it clicked, and I was able to get it done up. It was not fast. I put in a lot of hours into this pair of socks, and they're gorgeous. I think they're really neat. I like the color combination. The blue and orange look really neat together. They do not fit me. I typically find that with colorwork socks, they don't fit. My colorwork, when it comes to socks, my colorwork tension or gauge is tight. And I need to work on improving that, and not so much loosening it up, but working out and figuring out what size needles I need to use to get a gauge that's comfortable and fits properly. Or at least fits me properly. I will likely find somebody that I can gift these to. If I don't find anyone, they'll just happily sit in my sock drawer. I do not have a problem with having socks, unused socks, unworn socks, sitting in my sock drawer. For me, a lot of the process, especially for Sock Madness, I am definitely a process knitter for Sock Madness. I love the process of knitting the socks. I love the competition side of it. I love seeing how far I can get from year to year, how far in the competition I managed to go. I surprise myself every year. Sometimes I surprise myself by getting knocked out super early. Other times I surprise myself by getting through yet another round. We shall see what happens in round 4. I've never yet gone beyond round 5. One year I made it into round 5 and I was eliminated in that round. So that's my benchmark for how far I can get. So if I make it through round 4 coming up, I will match my previous record. If I don't make it through round 4, that's fine. That's fine. I love it. I have so much fun with this. So that's about it for my knitting content for today. The neighbors are jumping around again, or the kids are jumping around again. See? Anyway. So, as I mentioned before, this past week has been pretty busy. I've spent a lot of time since I last talked to you working on this pair of socks. Like I said, I finished them on Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and Thursday and Friday I did 0 knitting. The only thing I did knitting related on Thursday was tuck in all the tails for those socks. Friday I did 0 knitting. I had other things that were going on Friday that ate up a bunch of my time, but that's fine. But I did 0 knitting. We watched TV in the evening. I actually sat there with my hands still. They are kind of tired from all the hours with knitting, and especially the Wednesday marathon. But I found that where I stayed up late, I got the pictures taken, I got my email put together, I got everything uploaded, all the pictures uploaded to my project page on Ravelry, sent off my email at about 10 to 2 in the morning. And so I sat around and waited for a while to see if maybe I would get a quick response. Sometimes the moderators that are looking at the incoming emails and the incoming entries, sometimes you just have the luck that you hear back within 5 minutes. Sometimes it's a lot longer. So I waited for about 10-15 minutes and I'm just like, no, I'm going cross-eyed. I have to sleep. So I went to bed, woke up a little before 6 and thought I have to go to the bathroom. So I got up, finished that. I actually turned my computer back on at 6 o'clock in the morning when I was working on about 3-4 hours sleep. I fired up my computer and I checked, there was still no email. So I thought, okay, I'm glad I didn't wait longer. So I went back to bed, tossed and turned, couldn't fall back asleep. So I gave up and got up at like 6, between 1:15 and 6:30 in the morning. So I was seriously sleep deprived on Thursday morning. I had a bunch of grading I should have been working on, but I thought, I'm tired. I'm bordering on, I was just so tired I was getting cranky. Just cranky at myself, just with anything and everything. And I thought if I just start doing any grading, I'm just going to get annoyed and cranky. So I thought, no. I'm not going to subject my students to that. So I crawled back into bed at noon and slept till 3:30 in the afternoon. And I just basically kind of blew off Thursday. And I was reminded why all-nighters are not for me. It just doesn't work well, but once in a while I do them for sock madness. Friday or Thursday night, I got to bed early. I slept in a little bit. I was up a little after 7. But I had gone to bed early. And so I caught up on all of my grading on Friday and got everything done. We had an end of year luncheon at work for faculty. They had some faculty and staff awards. They had a little luncheon where we had like a bag lunch that we could pick up and take back to our offices and have there. So I was able to touch base with I was calling my sidekick, the other half of our department at school. She and we haven't had a chance to meet outside of on Zoom or phone and text messaging each other in over a year. So we had a chance to catch up and do a lot of chatting. So that was nice. We also had, after the lunch part was over, they had the rehearsal for graduation. So we went to that and sat through that and made sure we knew where everyone was supposed to be, what we're supposed to do, and all that stuff. So that tied me up from, I was there probably 10:30, quarter to 11 to meet my sidekick, and we didn't finish until almost 3 o'clock. And so I came home, went out for a bite to eat for supper, or came home and did a bit of grading, went out for a bite to eat for supper, came back, and I pushed through and I got the last of my grading done. Everything finished for all my classes, got everything finished, all the final grades submitted, done. And watched a bit of TV with the hubby afterwards and got a good night's sleep again. Today got up at a decent hour and did a little bit of knitting on my Advent mitten and just kind of vegged out for the morning. I watched at school today. They had 2 graduation ceremonies. They had a morning ceremony and then one at 10 and one at 3. My department was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so they live streamed both of them. So I watched the first one, parts of the first one, because I kind of skipped through the part with the different speeches and things because we'd be hearing the exact same thing at 3 o'clock. So I skipped through that part of it and watched parts of it this morning. So then got all set and ready and went off to grad. And it's always so much, I love grad. I love watching our students go across the stage, get their diplomas, and finish. It's just such a nice day for them. It's just a culmination of all the hard work they put in for the past 4 years. And it's a joy to see them graduate. I just absolutely love it. So I'm going to insert a picture here of me in my regalia, but just a picture of the back so you can see the hood on my regalia. And this is something it's fun to wear. I get to wear it twice a year for graduation in May, the beginning of May. And then they have a special ceremony for our incoming freshmen each year, the end of August, where they have a special commencement ceremony for them. And the faculty are there and we wear our regalia for that as well, because there's a lot of pomp and circumstance to that ceremony for our incoming classes every year. So I get to wear, it's an outfit I wear twice a year. And but again, I've shown you a picture of it with the pretty colors and all of that signified the university I graduated from, my degree program, all that fun stuff. So it is always fun to wear that. So I just wear plain, I'm just wearing what I wore underneath it still now, just a plain black long sleeve shirt and the regalia over top of it in black. My husband said this afternoon afterwards, I was walking around, I had like black shoes, black socks, black pants, black top. So it looked like a mime. I think I probably do. But anyway, as the regalia was packed away and back in the closet until August. But it was a fun day. Tomorrow or tonight I plan on working on the Advent mittens for a little bit longer, and then I'll move on and work on spend some time working on my Damejakka Loppa sweater and keep working on those sleeves so I can get that finished sooner rather than later. So I think that's about it for today. Yeah, it's getting late. It's almost 8 o'clock. I still got to get the editing done on this, and I hope to get it posted up tonight. If not tonight, then I'll upload it tomorrow morning, but it'll probably be up late this evening. So without further ado, I'm gonna go and get the editing done here and just relax for the evening. I might do a bit of knitting. I might just sit back and watch a bit of TV with the hubby. We shall see. Anyway, take care everybody, and I will see you guys again in a week. Bye now.